Bro, lock your door, bro. Lock your door, bro.
I locked it.
Alright.
We locked in. We locked it.
Oh, this is a notable podcast. I'm seeing notable people here.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to a special episode of the Yall Files Going Deeper edition. I am your host, Nick, and this is obviously an episode we are all excited to listen to. Jeremiah Brown is our guest. We are happy to be the first to interview him and lots to break down this episode. Obviously, things happen fast at the villa, and so sadly, my wife and co-host, who's usually here with me for our Going Deeper episodes, is not with us. She's traveling today, but we wanted to make sure that we got this interview out to you as soon as possible. So Jeremiah is coming to you shortly. If you are new to the Yall Files and you are here to listen to Jeremiah offer advice, people find it very helpful. Check it out. It's binge-worthy every Tuesday and Thursday. Our reality recap episodes covering your favorite reality TV shows like Love Island, your favorite pop culture topics, and we interview a variety of guests from reality TV stars to celebrities, musicians, and more. And on Wednesdays, we have.
Is there any way you can turn the video up, like audio up?
I ain't gonna lie. I came out of there.
This is a little shit for me.
Unceremonious exit, or you know, what is it like? Yeah, what is it? Just what's going on? I'm just like, I'm trying to get a sense of your headspace right now.
Honestly, my headspace is I'm definitely leaning.
W. Jeremiah, probably one of the best castmates to ever come out of Love Island.
Fuck Jeremiah. I'm still Jeremiah K.
That's crazy. This man is so inspirational. We love Jeremiah around this motherfucker. We love Jeremiah on Lankfvrd.
Bro, we don't care. We
my
do
light-skinned
not care.
brethren. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even light-skinned, but if I was light-skinned, it'd be my light-skinned brethren.
Towards more gratitude, because I ain't gonna lie, when I came out of there that first night, I was pissed. Like, I was trying to keep it calm, cool, and collected leaving, but I was pissed because I was like, damn, my comeback story, got cut
this
short.
Face like they AI, don't it?
It does look AI-ish. It looks like it's like plastic.
It's like cartoonish.
Seeing how happy I was,
bro,
I was doing
like
things,
like
right this time. And I still got the boot. So I was like, damn, bro, I was low-key mad. But then the more, I'm talking to my family, I'm talking to people here, and they've been amazing. So now I'm just grateful and excited to see what's been going on, because I don't know. I've heard bits and pieces, but I don't know like a lot was going on because I still don't have my phone. But yeah, no, I'm just like gratitude. That's all I can really say.
Well, that's good that you're in that headspace. Yeah, it's I have a lot of respect for all of you guys, because I just don't think people fully appreciate like, it's just not normal what you guys go through, right? It's just like, I mean, first of all, like, getting famous on reality TV is a trip.
Hold on. I heard some crazy shit a while ago, maybe on one of the last seasons, that like they're there, like everything needs to be filmed, right? So in moments that they're not filming, they can't be together.
Huh?
So like in moments when they're not, like, they probably film a lot of shit, but there's a lot of shit that they don't film that we just don't see.
All right.
If they're not together, like, or if they're not filming, they can't be together. Like, they're separating boys and girls so they don't miss out on content potentially. Is what one of the past Love Islanders said.
I guess
that was on UK version. I don't know if it's the same in USA. I would assume you follow the same protocols, the same company.
Probably the same.
Which is kind of nuts. But I mean,
already, but like, you guys, you're getting famous in real time. Most people, they go on a show, they film it, they get done, they go back to their families. That's like a whole whirlwind. They get some time to like get back to normal. Then like a few months later it airs. That's a whole different experience, but you kind of prep for it, right? You can be with your family while like you're online, and then here you just come out, to the fucking noise, and it's crazy, man. Well, before we get into all the Love Island stuff, I wanted to get to know you a little bit. I think people are dying to know who's Jeremiah Brown. How did you end up on the show? Everyone's got an opinion. Like, people come out of the woodwork and be like, I know that guy, I know this guy. So I just love people to hear it from you. So let's just start with the obvious low-hanging fruit questions. Like, how did you, Jeremiah, end up on Love Island?
How I ended up on Love Island, basically, I had just moved to LA 2 years ago, and they reached out 2 years ago, but I had a girlfriend at the time. So I was like, I can't do it. I'm in a relationship.
Wait, Love Island reached out to him?
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. He got motion for that.
Motion? That's nuts.
Nah, Love Island reach out to you, gang?
That's kind of crazy.
What kind of motion you got?
She broke up with me like a month after.
And he just moved out there, too.
No, facts.
And I was like, you know what, this would be just something just to get me back out there, just to get me back out there.
Yeah.
And I was like, it seemed like a cool opportunity. Like I've seen, couples come out of it, and I was like, okay, this seems like the actual legitimate thing to do. And yeah, I got a DM on Instagram. I was like, let's do it. And then, I just kept progressing through the things. And it just kind of kept me, after getting broken up with, you're kind of sad. So it just kept me like something to like hope for, hold on to, I guess. And it kind of got me on my funk, because I was like, okay, let me go, not date around, but talk to girls to get myself back in the flow. So
did they like follow up with you because they noticed like, oh, this guy was posting with this girl and now he's not posting? Or did you kind of hit them up, be like, hey, well, I'm single now?
No, they reached back around. That's why I have so much.
His face looks plastic.
They reached back around. They hit him up on the first, and he had a girlfriend. Then they followed up with him.
Nah, they was thirsty for this. I don't know what Love Island wanted bro so much for, but
you would have thought he was a bitch the way they was in the DMs. That's kind of crazy.
Respect for him, because they double checked. Like, hey, are you single? Yeah, okay, basically, right, in a respectful way. And then also, one of the producers, Ben, I work with this jewelry company, Jackson, and like he gets the emails, and he was like, who is this guy? So it's kind of like a 2-in-1. Like he wanted to know who I was, and then they'd also already reached out to me.
At that point, you were pretty like dead set on.
I mean, it was getting double penetrated to be on the show.
Is that kind of gay?
That it was a little AO, but
nah, I mean, not what you just said. That was obviously AO, but I'm talking like the Ben producer, like. Is the nigga?
No, I know what you were saying.
Damn, Jeremiah, you just look so good. We got to get you.
You look so good. We need you. I know what you were saying. I know what I said was AO, but I'm saying I agree also that what they were saying is AO. Yeah, because I don't.
Not crazy. I also turned down Love Island. All right, bro.
I wish you could see my face.
All right, bro. You want
bro? Fuck out of here, bro. Like,
look, niggas from Love Island not hitting a nigga up from Boynton Beach.
Well, actually, I don't know, bro got on there from Boca.
Yeah, he is. I mean, that's Boca though, and he's from the mountains of Caucasus.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah,
not like, coming to find no nigga.
Let's do this if they ask me.
Yeah, for the most part, I ain't gonna lie, it's pretty scary because I'm like, damn, I don't want to go in there and embarrass myself, But at the point, I was just like, I am who I am. I feel like I've done a lot of work on myself, so. If I go fuck up, then that's who I am, I guess. So I was just like, let's do it. It seems like an amazing opportunity. Once in a lifetime, like being one of 5, it was just like the biggest blessing I ever could imagine. So
were you a fan of the show? Like, did you watch it much, or were you just like kind of familiar with? Like, what homework did you do going in?
Oh yeah, I was definitely familiar because my little sisters, and actually all my sisters, have watched the UK version and a little bit of the USA.
Because when I said everybody on the UK version except for me,
I was like, what's going on? Because I've like walked by them and they've been watching it. Like I'll hear the accents, so I'm like, what the hell is that? So I've seen it a little bit, and then I was definitely familiar with it. I watched 3 episodes of season 6, and I was like, I think if I watch any more, I'm gonna psych myself out of it. So I just watched 3 episodes and was like, let's go see. What this is about.
It's always like a balance.
And that right there explains some of the dumbass shit Jeremiah be doing in that villa. This nigga don't do his homework, bro. He don't do his homework. How are you not prepped? Going to a new experience like this. I don't get that. That shit don't make no sense.
He wasn't ready, bro. He just wasn't ready, bro.
This is
that simple, bro.
He's just doing shit to do shit, bro. I don't understand that.
Between like, it feels like Ace did a lot of homework. Sorry, Ace, that was a little bit of a
Nah, Ace did a lot of homework.
Yeah, it's a balance between like knowing what you're getting into. I always tell people like in reality TV, or like certainly I always tell fans, right? Because like a lot of fans will love to be like, well, they know what they signed up for. I'm like, when it comes to shows like this, you have no idea what this is like until you experience it. Like,
I can agree with that, though.
If you know, you know, and if you don't, like, you can watch a million shows, and like, it's just not the same being in it versus like being a fan of it. And like, it doesn't matter what your contract says. It doesn't matter what a producer might say to what you can expect. Like, going there and being in that crazy environment is, no one knows what it's like until they set foot in that universe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. You mentioned earlier that you've done a lot of work on yourself, and obviously this is a show that it's fun, it's scandalous, it's messy, but it's a dating show, right? And like everyone who watches this show, like why we love these shows, why we love reality TV is because like it's a fantasy way to like look at dating and like in real-time culture, right? And I think obviously fans, and I hope you remember this when you get your phone back, it's just like, listen, fan is short for fanatic. So whether someone's there telling you how great you are or telling you you're a piece of shit, they don't know who you are. You know what I'm saying? They're just fans. They don't know, right? But we do as fans, because everyone who's watching is just projecting, right? They're just projecting, like, they're watching it because either you remind them of someone they dated that screwed them over, that you remind them of themselves. We like to watch you guys make fools of yourself, or like, be vulnerable, because it's just easier to watch you do that than like look in the mirror and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But that all being said, like, your fans, I think a lot of people who are fans of you, here they saw that. How old are you again?
25.
25, right? So they saw this young man in his 25s, good looking guy, right? Like, I'm assuming you've gotten this before. We're like, you got a face card where it's just like he's probably a douchebag, like he's
hey yo,
he's too good looking not to be. You know what I'm
saying?
Like, maybe
he just called him fun shit.
When I was
that's fucking nuts.
He 100% just called another man fun shit to his face. That's pretty wild. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
It's kind of fucking insane.
It's a little wild, but we'll let it slide.
All he could do was just laugh at that.
Yeah, bro, he was just like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, that shit is kind of.
Yeah, but you're grown ass.
Your age, and I was young. I think
you're
when you have opportunities, you have to cut your teeth, and you have to like take your bruises, and you have to like look in the mirror and reflect on, like, I think we all make mistakes dating and things like that, right? So I'd love to hear a little bit about your dating story, about like, for me, like when I was, in my early 20s, I was like a serial monogamous, right? I was kind of like a love martyr. Like, I had these like parents who like had a great relationship, and they taught me a lot of good things about love, but it was almost like, I almost like took it a step too far. I was fighting too hard for relationships. I was like falling in love too quickly. I know people are throwing the word like love bomber around in 2025, and like, it's not, it doesn't mean what it used to mean back in the day, but like, I was falling fast, right? I was getting caught up in my emotions. But that being said, I'd love to learn about you in terms of like, what was Jeremiah Brown like when he first started dating, like late teens, early 20s? Like, how did you carry yourself in relationships? And when you mentioned doing the work, what did that look like? And what kind of steps in your mind did you think you made?
Oh, it's young. Okay, I would say in college, like, I never dated. Like, from like, I didn't have a girlfriend until I was 22, 23. So I just like would find a girl I liked and just talk to her for like 6 months, talk to her for a year. Like, I hated labels.
So pretty much what he's saying,
I just didn't want labels. I wanted all.
He was just a hoe. That's pretty. He was just fucking with a bunch of hoes. That's pretty much.
That's all he had to say.
Word for word. That was just a nice way of saying it. Pretty much what he just said was, bro, I would just meet a bunch of different girls and I would just have sex with them, and that would just be it.
See, I ain't hear the sex part. I ain't hear the sex part. I ain't hear the sex part.
That's what I heard. He was pretty much saying I was just getting a lot of hoes, I was fucking bitches, and now I'm on to the next. And then eventually, when I was 22, I was like, all right, I've been wild, and I got 50 bodies in the past 4 years. Let me calm down.
Nuts. This nigga said this dick watching is crazy.
50 bodies in 4 years? That's not that crazy. It's like 10 bodies a year. A little over 10 a year.
How many bodies you got, bro?
I ain't gonna lie, you dick watching.
All right.
Play the video.
Freedom that came with it. Like anniversaries, didn't want to do any of that. And then I finally got into my first relationship, and then a month in, I cheated. You're not Joe say that because I pride myself. Before I read books, I'm this guy. I'm the best. So yeah, like two years ago, a month into my relationship, I cheated, and I had to look at myself in the mirror because I'm like, I like trumped myself up my head to be this great guy. And I was like, okay, how come I didn't have the strength to say no to this girl? Like, what made me like not strong in that moment? So I was like, I gotta figure this out because not only did I hurt someone I love.
That motherfucker, he probably was with some girl and he had a bitch like, nigga, it's LA too, right? And I think the nigga will be modeling too, so he's already in that space with other models and shit.
Yeah, with a bunch of fine shit.
That nigga probably had a bitch like Coco approach him saying like, what you trying to do?
Yeah, he fold. I ain't gonna lie, I'm easy like saying. I would have folded too.
Oh,
listen, model shit. Walk up to me talking about what you trying to do. I'm folding expeditiously.
Wow, like that shit is kind of nuts. That shit is kind of nuts.
I just can't keep looking at his face though. Like, why does it look like
that
clay?
That shit straight from
ChatGPT.
Like, bro, his
then I
face
went to therapy, and I'm still in therapy for like 2 years now. Just to see like what was going on. So that's what the work looked like. 2 years ago, I started therapy.
Now, if you're comfortable talking about it, like when you say you cheated, like did you like have sex with someone else?
On
like
your soul, not on his.
Come clean, like. Yeah. How did that all play out?
So boom, it's one of my best friend's birthdays, and then I invite my two like friends, like my genuine friends of homegirls that came over. and it wasn't pre-planned or nothing. And then we all got super, I don't want to blame on alcohol, and I don't want to talk about the alcohol part, but we all got super lit, right? Went out to the club, came back, and she followed me into the bathroom, and I didn't have the strength to say no. I could have said
Hold
no,
on.
I didn't.
Was that?
And then
hold
it
on.
happened, and then I walked out. Part, but we all got super lit, right? Went out to the club, came back, and she fought
He said his
that came
partner's
over,
homegirl?
and it wasn't pre-planned or nothing. And then we all got super. I don't want to blame on alcohol, and I don't want to talk about
No,
the
he
alcohol
brought
part,
to
but we all got
his
super lit,
homegirls.
right? Went out to the club, came back, and she followed me into the bathroom, and I didn't have the strength to say no. I could have said no, I didn't. And then it happened, and then I walked out. I called my mom because I didn't have my car because it was in LA. I said, "Mom, come get me. I fucked up." Da, 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 da.
He
You know,
said
it's
the nigga Cosby'd
instant regret.
himself.
Got home, drove and told my girlfriend immediately. Like 3 hours later, I told her what happened, and then yeah, we broke up, got back together, and then I just started therapy and just started working on myself because I was like, how could I have done that when I thought I was just.
I ain't gonna lie, I've done something like that. Well, something like that's happened to me.
You got a couple homegirls that you think you might, if you got drunk enough?
Yeah, it's a bunch of my homegirls I'll crack if I got drunk enough. If they came on to me, yeah, 100%. I like a lot of my homegirls are actually pretty females. Like I don't hang around.
Do they know that?
Like, I don't know. That's a good question actually, but I don't.
After this, we should do a segment. We could do a segment.
We could do a segment, but
we should do a segment after this because we could do a segment after this.
Great guy.
It's obviously not cool what you did, but obviously, like, not everyone comes clean right away, and
went to therapy,
and more than that, more people just feel like as long as they say they're sorry, and then they talk about doing the work, and they don't do the work, and like credit to you for like jumping into therapy and trying to actually make take actions to like improve yourself. Like you're gonna make a lot more mistakes in life. You're only 25. Like all we can do is just try to get better, obviously we'll talk about Hood a little bit on, but like obviously she's caught a lot of heat for how she's carried herself too, but like I've
don't
been
care about the later on. Right now,
I don't give a fuck about what Jeremiah's life was like before the island.
Yeah, bro.
I didn't know the nigga irrelevant. After the island, he's irrelevant. I need to know what the fuck happened
while he was
there.
Know
what I'm saying? In the mix.
We're here for the juicy stuff.
That's all I'm here for.
I don't actually genuinely care about this nigga's life at all. Like,
I want to hear how Hood was riding that motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie. That's what I want to get into. Cause that's the only reason she started crashing the way she crashed. Cause she got some dick. That's it. He cracked, He cracked buns. Boy, he cracked the buns, nigga. Did he crack? Boy, he was the first Islander to crack.
Boy, he was the first one.
He got this. Nigga said I'm dick watching. Mind you, they did not care. Everybody else, Hannah was like, "Oh, let me spit on it." From the side. Nick was from the side. Hood hopped on top, man. Oh my god. Oh my god. Hood hopped on top of that motherfucker.
Yeah, Hood ain't care. Hood ain't giving no fucks.
Got it, nigga. She got it. Lord have mercy, she got it. She got it. Yeah, that is fucking hilarious.
I've maybe not like exactly how she's done it, but like I you know what I'm saying? Like I've been like fucked up from love and shit like that. What are you comfortable sharing in terms of like what you learned about yourself through therapy in terms of like just kind of understanding yourself?
Sorry, I don't mean to keep pausing it. I'm trying to keep.
No, you can pause it, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Is she on it, bro? After they broke up, every challenge she has been in since then, this bitch is a different breed. Yeah, like,
we've been seeing a different type of Hood that
like it's like damn. Like I understand how you have a kid now.
Yeah.
It's
for sure.
It's one of them.
I understand how you're a mamacita.
Mommy.
Mommy?
Like of a pet.
Like mamacita. Like mamacita.
Yeah.
Nowadays, like we watch these.
Come here.
Shows a lot of people want to like diagnose these characters, like attachment styles, things like that, or just maybe even understanding love languages, how we connect with our partners and things like that. Like what did you learn about yourself in terms of like how you receive love, show love, things like that?
Yeah, I think in the beginning, being a model, there's a lot about attention and like I've had freedom for 23, 22 years of my life, being able to do whatever I want. And I hadn't had to flex that muscle of saying no, not even to make an excuse, just I didn't have to flex that muscle of saying no, especially being, messed up. So it was the fact like Yeah, just having to flex the muscle of saying no and not having been in a real relationship and like learning like, okay, like you have to make not even sacrifices, but like if you're in a relationship, that means you're saying no to everything else. And that's what makes this yes, so much better. And
I'm
so
like
at the
5
beginning, it
seconds from
was just
skipping.
like not
I'm
needing
trying.
Yeah,
attention
bro.
from other people because I
Honestly,
love attention. Like
I would
we
have
skip
skipped.
boys
All
like
right,
in
bro.
high school,
I
like
just want to
whether
get to
even
the.
when I was
I just
good,
want to
mess.
get to the juice.
Okay, all right. Yeah, okay,
He got
cool. How
a
long was that relationship?
he got a
Like a
times down here.
year and a
You know, a
half,
good podcast
August
should have times.
2023
Guess not.
to February
All right.
2025.
Did you give her the destination for?
No
I
free
don't know.
promo off me.
Again, like I don't think people
get it.
nowadays are using the word love bombing accurately. Like it's
I panicked. I'm gonna keep it a whole stack. I panicked and I was
Okay, here we go.
yourself in Love Island, in other relationships, or
Here we go, here we
what
go,
was
here
the
we go,
reason
here
for
we
you
go.
kind of coming in there and being so focused on Huda?
He said,
honestly like that's not who I am at all because I've only like been in love like 2 or 3 times. Not that I was in love with Huda or even told her I loved her, but yeah, no, like
Nah,
I've
he ain't like
never been
he
in
ain't like
that.
that.
Hey, he
bitch,
had
dog.
to make sure. Like I ain't tell that bitch I love her, just so y'all know. Hey, he
He was
funny
like,
as
yeah,
shit.
no, just put it out there. I did not like that girl. Also,
Like,
Type like we're not with my first girl, my only girlfriend. We started talking in January and we didn't date till August, so it's like 8 months. But with Huda, it was like I'll I'll tell you why I did the cheat kiss. I didn't they could steal, right? And I was like, me and Huda had this crazy electricity between us. And I was like, I kind of panicked. I'm gonna keep it a whole stack. I panicked and I was like, what can I do to not get stolen? Okay, I can get the cheat kiss. So it wasn't even that I already liked her that much. I just didn't want to get her stolen to keep it a stack. I was like, I want to really explore this. And then once we had 2 or 3 convos, I was like, holy fuck, I
and
really
she
want to explore
hopped
this.
on
And then
that
not gonna lie,
thing.
like we got this was the mistake on like both our part. We got really intimate really soon, and that kind of set us up for
you think so, buddy? Really intimate, really? You think so?
failure, like the rest of what happened. But yeah,
And when you say intimate, like you guys had sex?
I'm not here to kiss and tell. I
right.
Bro, the whole
Bro,
world saw
bro, it
the
was on
whole
TV.
world saw you, my nigga. Like, what are we talking about?
Like, what did he think? We not watched the episode?
I'm not trying
Like,
to
what
kiss
he
and
think
tell. Bro,
there was
sound
no
dumb.
cameras in the room, bro. We saw her hop on that thing, bro.
Hop
Like,
on that
there's
motherfucker, boy, with the
no
quickness
hiding
too.
it.
Like, not even after they say all good night and then they do the little nighttime montage. The moment the lights
Yeah,
cut
bro.
off,
As soon as
everybody
them
was
turned
still
off.
up. She's a freak. She didn't care who heard. Like, she's different. Oh my god.
I respect that. All right, we gotta ask the questions.
Yeah,
All right.
I get it, man. We got real intimate real soon, and it kind of just like
Yeah.
skipped a bunch of steps, and then that's what led to yeah.
Okay. And is Huda like similar to women you've dated in the past, whether
Hell
it's
no.
looks or personality? Like what
Yeah.
made you what was that vibe that felt so strong? Where do you think that came from?
It was definitely like her gaze and the way she like when I think my favorite part about women is the way she looks at me and her smile. And like her smile and the way she looked at me was just so
She do
enticing.
got some eyes.
And then
boy.
we had a lot of conversations about like values in the beginning.
I
I'm
know.
not gonna be rude, but I kind of got like emotion fish. Like she said she's emotionally mature in her values. So we lined up on a bunch of those. So I was like, okay, cool. She checks all my physical boxes and a lot of my spiritual, emotional. So why would I go?
She wasn't too spiritually emotional after she was calling you bitch 18,000 she wasn't emotional as she was calling you a pussy ass bitch.
What?
This nigga said
What?
put a kid gonna have a brutal child.
Yeah, hey, man.
Oh my god.
Her poor child.
I feel bad for
And
her.
that was where my head was at. Not saying it was the right thing to do, but I don't regret it. But yeah, I was like, okay, she's so fucking dope. Like I'm not
Listen, I
gonna
don't regret
ruin
it.
that and go talk to girls I'm not interested in. That's where my head was at in the beginning.
Okay, that makes sense. You were kind of caught saying like early on, like, oh, if we win, and then you kind of corrected yourself. I mean, make it to the end. So then obviously, like, honestly, I think it's kind of. I mean, half most of your cast comes in with like a heavy following these days.
Yeah.
That being so like I don't know, I kind of like I think it's almost like stupid when fans like like they came here to be famous. It's like they are on a TV show. That being said, like like do you feel like in any way you were kind of gaming the
Nigga
game or playing the
got used
game
for his
or
dick,
like
cry
or
me a
certainly
river.
any more than any of your peers?
No, because for me, as you can see in the episodes, I can't fake shit. So when I was really unhappy and I was really messed up, I couldn't just say, let's stay together. Because I could have, like, I'll just say, like, the door recoupling. I know Iris isn't really my type, and I know she isn't really my type, but I still chose her, and that was like a roll of the dice. Cause I could have just chose Hood and made that relationship work, but I can't fake shit. So nah.
Let's not act like you didn't have 3 chances to get rid of Huda before then. Nigga, you've been faking
Facts.
the whole time.
Well, I say he was really faking it from day one.
You were faking since she told you she had a kid. I can't stand the lies, bro. You came on the podcast to air the truth out, nigga. Why are we still lying like you on the show?
He's still lying. Because he wants
what?
his face to still be gay, bro. He don't want to be looked at as a guy that started treating her different because he found out she a dad. You know how many single baby mamas it is out here? His face, his image would be ruined. Me personally, I wouldn't care. She would have been like, yeah, Kobe, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a dad. I would have been like, oh yeah? Gone. Like it wouldn't even have been like the last word.
Dead ass?
Oh yeah?
Oh, okay.
Like
all right,
word?
I'm gonna go
good chat.
Yeah, good
I'm
chat.
hit her with where she hit JD with. Good chat. Good chat. And walked away. I've been up out of there.
Oh my god.
Good chat.
Nah, that shit is hilarious. Oh,
I wasn't really gaming the system. I didn't even look at it like
Not
that
enough,
because I feel like if I was,
kid, bro.
I would have some plan Bs.
It's just so many things that like you're never gonna be her main priority. Why would I ever? Listen, shout out to all the single mothers out there. My mother was a single mother. Love them. Y'all do an amazing job. But as a individual with a choice in the situation, why would I set myself up in a position where I'm never, ever, ever going to be the main priority? I might as well stay single. What's the point of being in a relationship?
100% facts.
My God, like there's literally no point. There's literally no point.
And sees, but I just kind of dove into one girl. So I personally don't see it like that, but I can get it like, oh, he's just so focused. He must just be here to win. But as you can see, when I was unhappy, you know what I'm saying?
I hear you. So in terms of like you and Huda, obviously, like, I mean, you guys were, I don't know if you know this, but like people were tuning in to watch you too. Like love you or hate you guys, like whatever they thought about your relationship, you guys were must-see television.
Oh shit.
Because it was honestly like so toxic so fast. From your perspective, like how much of the show have you seen it all? Are you not seen any of it? Like
I've seen a couple episodes. I watched almost all of the one I left on, and then I watched I skimmed through most of them. So I've seen some of them.
So I guess, I mean, obviously when it comes to shows like this, even though there's an episode almost every night, there's a lot we don't get to see. So one, like from your perspective, when did things start getting a little rocky? And then two, we'd love any context of like important information that, you know, what didn't we get to see when, you know, when it comes to your and Huda's relationship in terms of like why things kind of took a turn the way they did?
That's a great question. Honestly, things were amazing up until the day, I call it the pancake day. We won't get into it right now, but the pancake day. Things were amazing.
No protein?
Definitely wasn't bad. After that pancake day, bro, shit went south.
Bro.
No cap. Because wasn't that the night after he cracked too?
That was the night after he cracked.
So he cracked. Then she's like, oh, I put this coochie on him. He gonna wake up. He gonna make me breakfast. He gonna bring me some tea. He brought some half-cooked pancakes with no protein.
She said, where's the protein?
This got a whole Gymshark fist, bro. You know she needs some protein.
And I really think that shit, but she got humbled. Obviously, your shit wasn't that good, nigga. Half-cooked pancakes. Shit still gooey. Shit still got dough in the middle.
Yeah. I put it on him. He gonna change his ways. No sirski.
Not at all. Not at all.
It's like it was fire. Like, yeah, there were some minor things, but like we had so much genuine, like just such a crazy genuine connection off the rip. And where things started going south was like I told her who I was in a relationship, and then she kind of took that as who I need to be now, and I didn't nip that in the bud, so I take responsibility.
I told her who I was in a relationship. And she thought okay. That makes sense. It makes sense, but no, it doesn't make sense. It makes sense, but it doesn't make sense. How it don't make sense?
Because, like, bro, what do you mean? I told you where I was supposed to, like, who I was in a relationship. Now we're pretty much in a semi-relationship, and then you don't want to act like. We're not in a relationship.
I think his problem was he was trying to give, like, realistic situation, like how he'd realistically act, like, oh yeah, it'd take me months to get to know a girl. In a situation where it's not realistic at all. Like, you got fucking 8 weeks to make some shit shake. You can't act like you would act outside. Everything is expedited in here. He fucked up when he tried to apply that same outside logic in here. Obviously, it's not going there. So, in all reality, Hood've had the right mentality. Like, this is who I need you to be now because we only got 8 weeks.
No, that's facts.
Like, knowing him, he'd probably take his time. They still probably be on some, like, cool, just fucking not really in a relationship shit to the finals. Episode 30, 40 something.
Well, Hood've could have. If that's really what she wanted, she could have held it down.
Like I didn't sit her down and be like, yo, like that's not who I am. Instead, I said, you know what? You're right. Let me be Superman already. Because it takes me a long time to get to
He wasn't being Superman
boyfriend.
though.
And that's I was like, oh, in a relationship,
regular
like this.
shit.
Bro,
she took that and was like, okay, that's you aren't
bare minimum the entire
So
show.
can you clarify what do you mean by that
Yeah.
in terms of like what you actually said to her in terms of like
Yeah. So I was just like, I do the little things. I do the flower. I just told her how I was in my last relationship. Like, the flowers, the restaurant, like anything like what a boyfriend does, like the cute things. I said I do all that. And then she was like, okay, bet. And then like the day after, she's like, why are you doing any of that? And I was like, wait, that's why I'm in a relationship. But I didn't say that. I said, oh, you're right. Let me go try to do that. So I think I tried to be Superman instead of let her know, like, that's not who I am. That takes me months to get there, like that's not who I am in like 3 days into the villa.
Yeah.
And that's where the expectations just didn't get set right. And then the intimacy got way too much. And I didn't say like, yo, I'm not comfortable with this. I just tried to be Superman. And that's where it really got toxic.
So like obviously Love Island has this its own lingo. It's obviously has its own set of rules, right? This whole like, are you closed off or you're not closed off? You're in a couple, but you're not closed off. People are like hooking up, but you're not closed off. Like then all of a sudden you're making out with your friends during the challenges and things like that. 2-part question. Like,
honestly, it's a great place to be. I'm not gonna lie. The only place in the world that you wouldn't get shunned for being a whore. It's amazing. Oh shit.
Literally.
What the fuck?
Superman.
Literally the only place you wouldn't get shunned for it. It's amazing.
And that's where it really got toxic.
So like obviously Love Island has this you're not closed off. You're all of a sudden you're making out with your conversations. Did the entire group, if any, have about like how this shit all works? In terms of like expectations or like what were expectations of the group, but more specifically you and Hood've.
Yeah.
Like how did you guys navigate? Because like Hood've, it seemed like Hood've was just like, this is my man. We were in a relationship. We were a boyfriend and girlfriend. We were absolutely going to get married. We are in love. And like, listen, I don't know. Like, if you feel it, you feel it, right? Like again, in the real world, I've gotten in a relationship 2 days in and stupidly talked about like planned our future. Like I've been that fucking guy, right? I'm not gonna fucking but like this is also a world where you're making out challenges and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, did you and Hood've ever like talk about like expectations of how you guys were gonna navigate, especially once you guys were like so hot and heavy right away?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, well, within the group first, like they've like for 2 weeks told me do this, do that, do this, do that. And I'm kind of like my own person. Like I love to just do it. Like I can't fake this, so I can't like go
fucking Ace and Nick. Bro, you just not you, bro. You just gotta.
I think it's because they know, bro. Like, look, like no homo, right? Like you could look at this nigga and be like, be on this nigga dick. So why the fuck is you cuffing the first?
Did you just call this nigga fine, bro?
All right, bro. Play the video, bro. I didn't even say he was fine. I just said you can tell he's a model nigga, bro. Like, let's be real. So
you just call that nigga sexy.
Bro, play the video, bro. Play the video,
yo, there's no way you just double down. That's crazy.
Bro, play the video, bro.
I was like, all right, for sure. So for 2 weeks, I was kind of like battling the guys. Like, no, I'm good. Like, I want to explore this. Like, I'm good. And then at the same time, I'm hearing like me and her get into it, but our expectations were just like the baseball challenge was the first challenge I think that really like she didn't like how I had to kiss a girl or I got to kiss Amaya, but at the same time I would do little things to try to make it not that bad. Like, you know what I'm saying? So there was a lot of pressure. Like, okay, let me do the challenge this way so I don't get yelled at later. Let me do the challenge this way so I don't get in trouble. And then we got to a point where it's just
sounds like you're being
like
a
before
bitch,
the lumberjack challenge, we're like,
honestly.
we're just gonna enjoy the challenges fully, and whatever happens. Like we're gonna, we're still like, not locked in, but we're still really close. But we have that freedom now to enjoy the challenges.
Okay. And did you, like, how did you guys come to that decision to change up?
it was kind of just like, we're here to play the. I forgot what happened. Oh, she got really mad at me kissing Amaya at the goddamn baseball challenge, and I was
Jesus.
just like, yeah, like I'm not gonna go through this the rest of the show. Like we gotta like the challenges are for the challenges. I want to participate. I don't want to be the guy. Like I gotta be myself. I can't just go into a challenge and just hide and do the cheek kissing the rest of the show. Like I gotta go be myself and show people like who I am. I'm a fun guy, so it's like it
So you
was
have
just
to
like
go
that.
be
It's
a
like we both
hoe.
gotta participate and like be here
That's
to be
really
here.
what he
That's
meant to
crazy.
say.
Yeah,
He
I mean,
pretty much
it's,
just said,
I
I
mean,
needed to go. So
Like, you're not
let
gonna
me,
stop me from enjoying kissing all these other fine
yeah,
bitches, bro. Like, we gotta
like
set this shit straight now. Like,
we locked in, but I still want to go put my tongue down these other bitches too. That's pretty much what he was just saying.
I
fucking
remember
Literally.
that first challenge, and like I forgot who like jumped up, and I'm like, he's not even. I'm like how, like these people can operate this way. Like it's like it's Love Island.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
holy cow. So I guess like just you and Huda, like, I think there's a lot of, if you're a Huda stan, right? Like,
Yeah.
obviously she's caught a lot of heat, right? And there's a lot of people just like not understanding the way Huda's moving and things like that. And I'm sure people are anxious to like hear her perspective on things. But there's always like the Huda stan, like they're of the perspective, like she's going to come out of the villa, or you're going to come out of the villa, and it's going to be like a bad edit situation, right? Like, oh, we didn't get to see certain things, like stuff like that. Do you feel like overall, while they can't show everything from what you've been able to see or from what you've heard or understand how things were shown, do you feel like ultimately the show captured the dynamic of your guys' relationship?
Respectfully, from what I've seen, yes. Like I still have a lot.
I was
I
gonna say,
still
he ain't
care
even
for her
really
very
watched the
deeply, but there
episodes for real.
was
How
a
would he
lot of
know?
instances where we were just talking, and she would, crash out. And I have nothing but respect for her still, but it's just like, yeah, it was pretty accurate. Because there's some moments where I'm watching myself, and I'm just like, bro, get up, like, don't take that. But when you're on like no sleep, it's hard to like know if
No
you're in the right or the
sleep.
wrong. So I feel like that's why.
Y'all literally have a sleep montage every night.
And y'all go to sleep at 10 o'clock and wake up at 6 a.m. every morning. Y'all getting like a consistent 8 hours of sleep every day.
Bullshit.
I took so long in my conversations to see like, okay, am I in the right here? Am I in the wrong here? So that's why like you'll see me take a day or two to have extra conversations with her just to make sure I was, I like to see things through to the end. So I wasn't just gonna give up on the first fight. So, but it was
Yeah,
pretty
I mean,
accurate. It was a crash out.
watching you again, I'm a fan. I'm, obviously, so maybe I'm biased, but like I saw someone who, it makes sense that you're in therapy. You seem like you're an introspective person, right? Like at times you reminded me of me when, like you.
Shut up, nigga.
Niggas say wasn't he reminded me of me. Get the fuck out of here.
Shut up, nigga.
What you feeling like?
Oh my god, bro. Who you?
It's about to say you reminded me of me.
Sometimes,
Fuck out of here.
like, bro. Respectfully, calm down, little bro. Calm down, little bro.
Disrespectfully, calm down, little bro. I don't know what, bro.
Christ.
You
I would have
seem
started
to,
laughing
like,
if
do
I was
your own
Jeremiah
thing
just
and
then.
walk your own path. And like, I've always dated women with big personalities. Like they're,
Yeah.
different. There's a spectrum of big personalities, but like, I want to be understanding, right? And as a man in 2025, right, we get a lot of notes, right? Ways where that men haven't behaved well in the past, things like that.
Yeah.
How we need to step up and how we should maybe listen more than speak and things like that. So honestly, I saw someone like you who was just like, people like your critics would say you're not necessarily good at communicating your feelings. I saw a person who was just like kind of not sure how to move from one moment to the next because it felt like you were getting a ton of notes. But like, if you were trying to understand your critics, what ways do you think you could maybe have better communicated with Huda, if any way at all?
I totally see where they're coming from. And like the main part is that when I felt things were moving too fast and the expectations were too high,
You should have said
instead of
something.
communicating that was too much for me, I did the opposite and said, you know what, I like you so much. I'll try to be that person I'm not ready to be yet. So that makes sense. Like I dead ass didn't communicate my feelings. So they're right in that regard. At the same time, it is hard because when you're on no sleep, it's like, okay, I don't want to like look like an asshole. I don't want to, do the wrong thing. So it's like you do try to be more patient with everybody else and put, other people first because you don't like it's hard to have a clear mind like, okay, am I tripping? Is she tripping? So that's why I feel like I was extra patient and kind of like not went above and beyond, but I was like, okay, let me really hear her out for hours and hours to make sure, I'm like seeing who she is as a person. So yeah, but no, I definitely didn't communicate. This is way too fast for me. Let's slow down because I liked her so much. I can own that. Like that was
Okay.
my main mistake, was not like telling her like
Love
let's slow down.
No, I appreciate that answer.
At
Hoda
least he's honest
revealing that
about it.
she's a mom was obviously a main
Ah,
storyline
this is what I was
and a
waiting to
big
see.
moment, not
God.
only for the show but for you guys. I guess first,
Mami?
like,
Mamacita?
Mamacita?
do you wish she would have told you sooner, or are you comfortable with like the time and
How long did it take? 3 days? 3-4 days? Or
Yeah,
a
I
week?
was about to say, it was,
Or was
it
it
was
the first
pretty,
week?
I don't know. I feel like it was pretty early in the
Pretty
show.
early in the show?
how she
I don't know how many, like, I
opened
don't know
up
what the
about
days were,
her
but
being a mom?
Honestly, it's hard to say because I have no idea what that is like in her shoes, and I don't remember how soon she told me. But honestly, I wasn't mad at her for not telling me yet because I feel like I get it. Like you don't want to come in here and say it's two sides. Like you don't want to come in here and say you have a mom because everyone's gonna think of you as that. At the same time, like you want a chance to be yourself and not, but at the same time you do have the kid. So like I see both sides of the coin, but I wasn't mad. I was just really caught off guard. Like I wasn't like mad that she like hit it for a couple of days, but I was like, I did get to know her, and at that point we were good. So it's kind of just like,
This nigga get his eyebrows faded? Or is that the filter?
that's what it looks like. Nah, I don't know. He might got a camera filter on right now, so I really don't know.
What the fuck?
I don't know.
oh
He
shit,
looks
okay.
fake.
Like it wasn't like,
Okay. Normally, my wife is in these interviews. She's traveling right now. She had a lot. We're new parents.
Oh, congrats.
Thank you. And as a guy, I was like, listen, Huda can like reveal that however she wants. But as a
Yeah.
mom, my wife, Natalie, she, I wish she was here to articulate this, but like from her perspective, she just felt like it sounded kind of odd that when Huda talked about having a daughter, it was always in the lens of, she always like centered herself. She was like, I'm a mom, I'm a mom, I'm a mom.
Yeah.
As if it was like, in a way, when you're saying, when she opened up to you, it was almost like, hey, I'm a mom. I don't want you to think of me any differently, or certainly like not be, any less attracted to me. Understanding like, hey, as a mom, there's certain different responsibilities, like it's not the same as like dating a 20-some-year-old, like without a kid. But it almost seemed like the way she communicated it is if she expected like preferential treatment in a way, as opposed to like, when Natalie says, she like talks about our daughter, it's like, I have a daughter. It's always like my daughter, like, my daughter does this, and Huda was like, I'm a mom, mom. It's like, did you see it that way? Or like after hearing, again, like I got no notes. This is, I'm
Interesting perspective there that he goes with.
Did she? Did she expect better treatment? Because she's a...
She might have, because honestly, think about it. When she had the one-on-one with Ace, right? When she pulled Ace after he was like, I'm gonna vote her, she was like, the reason why I'm acting like this is because I'm a mom. And Ace was just like, bitch, okay, and nigga, like,
you know what? You're right.
but I think she was throwing it
that.
around like on some, y'all should treat me nicer because I'm a mom. So y'all should put that into perspective. Like I'm trying to take care of my child on some. But
nigga, them you came on a dating show. Them kids mean nothing here.
Like, bro, what? Like
What?
you opted to leave your jet for 8 weeks to come be on this show with us.
You did that yourself. This nigga said hoes
Bro,
having kids for fashion.
Not facts.
Like,
dead ass.
But then again, yeah, I didn't think of it like that, but that makes sense because I'm thinking Ace just a dickhead.
Nah, I mean he is a dickhead, but at the same time, it's like the way she said it, I probably would have been looking at her the way.
She
like,
would have. She was expecting him to like drop his jaw when she said,
he was expecting her to be like, "Oh,
mom, what?
I didn't even know. Like, I'm sorry. Like,
nah.
If I would have knew, I would have put that in. Like, bro, we don't care.
I still would have voted your ass off, even though.
Yeah, but I say like we don't. You see, he looked at her and just kept nodding. He was like,
we do not care.
Like, bitch, we don't. I don't care.
Communicating, from my wife, but like, does that make sense? And were there other people in the villa that maybe like didn't quite understanding how Huda was, handling, communicating, being a mom?
Yeah, I totally see what you mean now because I watched the episode the other day and it was like, she's just like me. She likes what I like. She's da 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 da. And it was like, not to bash on her, but like it was a lot of self-centeredness now that you mentioned that, which makes a lot of sense. because my sister's had a baby and it's all about the baby. Like she'll say she a mom, but then it's all about the baby. So yeah, now that you say that, it was definitely like a lot of I'm a mom. The daughter's just like me. I do this for her. I do that for her. I do this. So it's like, yeah, I kind of noticed that in conversation with her, which is why I kind of like started to move because she didn't really ask me questions about myself. But that's a different topic. But yeah, I see what you're saying now. That definitely is true.
You've got
But
some
he love bombed her,
criticism
bro.
from
He did not like
people
that girl.
who wanted you to like ask more questions
Bro,
about.
even hearing him talk now about their situation, he didn't
did
really
not
fuck
fuck
with
with
her,
that girl, bro.
He didn't fuck with her at all.
Like,
that nigga was going through the motions.
He was.
Nigga didn't know how to just say, like, stand on his nuts and say no. If the bitch bad enough, y'all being stepdad, fuck no.
No.
Absolutely not. Coco could
He
come
would
up
have
to
did
me.
it for the show, though.
Yeah. Coco could have came up to me telling me she got a kid. I'd have said, nah, I'm good, love. Ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, facts, bro. I don't care how good you look, bro. You got a jit, bro.
Fam, bro, it's just too much to deal with, bro. A whole kid? Nah. And then at that, right? And then, like, even concerning that stepdad thing, it's like the whole discipline, like, bro, I'm very blunt, bro. A nigga do some shit that annoy me or piss me off, bro. I'm like, little nigga, chill. Like, what are you doing? You know, some moms get a little sensitive. Don't talk to my son like that. Don't talk to my kid like that. Don't talk to my daughter like that.
Yeah.
Like, nah, bro. I want to get this nigga ass whooping too. Why you want me to be stepdad? You wanted me in this role. I can't. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you wanted me to come over here and play a second father.
It's not all good around this bitch.
Doing it.
Niggas need discipline. That's probably why he doing you like he do you. That's probably why you got this badass kid. You don't discipline him. Niggas don't believe in ass whoopings nowadays. It's a lost art.
Yeah, bro.
Timeouts.
Not in this household. Not in my program.
Bro, why am I at work, right, with all these teens and shit, and like, I remember hearing like, oh yeah, bro, I remember being on punishment, but like taking my tablets and shit, but I found out how to do Snapchat on the Xbox. Snapchat on the Xbox? What?
Snapchat? They have Snapchat on the Xbox?
Y'all have Snapchat on the Xbox? First and foremost, damn, it's that deep. You gotta get the Snapchat that bad. 2, that's crazy. I didn't even know that. Like taking the tablets, taking the phones, punishments don't even work. Only thing that do work is ass whoopings. Get a little ass whooping, you be straight.
Facts.
Like,
gotta put straight BTA.
BTA, belt to ass, got to.
About her child. Did you ask more questions and we just didn't get to see it, or do you feel like maybe you could have handled it a little bit better now that you reflect on?
Nigga, I'll never be that pussy whip, ever.
Yeah, bro. Nah, niggas ain't going out that side. Bro.
Come on, bro. What?
Nah.
Yeah, nah.
On how that situation went down.
Honestly, most of the time we did talk about her, but I remember we talked a lot about her daughter at the date, and then we talked a lot about her daughter on the pink couch conversation. We had a pink couch conversation for like an hour before Ariana got there, and we talked about her daughter for like 30, 45 minutes, like right after. And then after that, shit went south, so we didn't get to talk about it. But yeah, we had at least 2 or 3 conversations talking about her daughter.
I thought it was like kind of, I mean, again, it's, you know, it's her story, so I get that she had certain ways of wanting to handle it, but like the way it was like, okay, I'm gonna tell Jeremiah, but then I'm gonna tell the women, and then then I'm not gonna tell the guys, but then you can tell Nick. It's just like that seemed hard to keep up with. I did you ever ask her like why she decided to go about it this way? Because it just seemed almost like I didn't understand it. Like I didn't understand why she was so selective and secretive about just like, I mean, hey, you're a mom. Like I get it. Like I get
the shit's not a big deal, bro. Like, first and foremost, if you worried about your daughter's identity and shit being taken, not taken, but like found out, and who she is, who's the dad, and whatnot the case is, these Love Island fans were crazy as fuck. Crazy as fuck. The shit was going to be discovered regardless. You could have came on there and said, yeah, I don't have no kids. They would have found out you had kids.
They would have wanted.
I seen a TikTok of who the baby daddy talking the other day on my For You page. Like it would have been found regardless.
No, the internet is undefeated. And I know the internet is undefeated.
You trying
big
to
streamers,
move.
like you watch like your DDGs, your Kais, your Platboy Max, your Jinxie, bro, you watch them, bro, they be like, chat, what is this? 5 seconds later they have the answer. Like it's like chat is the new Google.
Primary
That's
example,
why I
bro.
want a lit ass chat.
Literally.
So I can have Google at my fingertips.
Primary chat, bro. Duke Dennis.
Nah, facts.
They done discovered this nigga whole family tree of baby mamas, bro. This nigga's out here moving like streamer Nick Cannon, streamer version of Nick Cannon.
Facts.
We ain't know like until now they found out. Come on, bro.
They done put the whole family tree webs to babies.
All
to
that
babies. Like, bro, they done connected all the pieces, all the dots, like, bro. Chad is undefeated, bro.
Undefeated.
Chad is undefeated.
Reservations, like I understand that, like I'm sure there's a lot of listen, a kid,
you got
like,
me, fan.
A single
Ask
mom
anything,
kid,
I got
not
you.
a lot of people are up for that responsibility and challenge, and I'm sure like that can feel like a lot of pressure. I totally understand that, but like at some point, just like own that you have this beautiful child and like just be a great part of who you are. But like, what was that like for you?
It was interesting at first because at first I'm just like I have no idea what that's like, so like I kind of just removed my judgment and was like.
She treated having a kid like coming out the closet.
What?
Shit was...
Yeah, I just had no idea what that was like. Bro, shut
and then mind you, bro, like this is it's not a setup per se. But if you would have just came out and led with that, like you would have had the niggas that care about that, and you would have had the niggas that don't care about that. Because these again, another thing I found out, bro, the bombshells that come to the island, the Casa More people, they're sitting in a hotel room for a month, cleansing of any social media. They don't know anything. They might see I think he was like, they seen the episode before that they go in. So they have some type of familiarity with it. But they don't know anything. At all.
Yeah.
Like, okay, let's see how this goes. So then she told the girls, and then I found out, and then I had to wait a couple of days to talk to Nick about it. So yeah, it was interesting, but I guess I see the fact that she just didn't want to be known as the mom at first and wanted everyone to see her for her. So I totally get that side of things, but it was like curious for me navigating that because I couldn't say stuff to certain people about it. But I mean, that comes with it.
Okay. When America voted and recoupled you with Iris, what was that moment like? Because at that point, like, what were you guys? There was cracks in your relationship from your perspective at that point?
Yeah, definitely none that I've really it was the same thing where I didn't vocalize, like these expectations are way too high for me. Like we're not dating. Like I was basically in a relationship when we weren't dating. And I didn't say anything about that because I liked her.
He ain't like that bitch at all.
He ain't like
and yeah, so once America did that, at first I was pissed because I felt me and the hood had just had a really long talk at the fire pit about just how we're gonna move forward. And then we got recoupled. And then I was like, as you can see, I'm just like, I was so caught off guard because I was like, okay. And once Jalen and Pepe went for their recoupling, okay, I'm good. And then once America did that, I'm like, okay, they're seeing the shit I'm feeling, but I'm not vocalizing. But
they just didn't like Huda Gang.
Yeah, but I said it wasn't nothing to do with you.
It wasn't nothing deep at all. They just didn't like Huda.
It was nothing to do with you, gang.
I've never seen
hated her.
80,000 people voted on that vote, by the way. 83% of the votes went for Jeremiah to be coupled with Iris. I'd never seen about 60,000 people, 70,000 people, 70,000 people hate one person.
No fact.
So
and it was more than that. Most people just didn't vote.
That's what I'm saying. We should treat like if niggas had that type of mindset with like politics.
No,
I guarantee you, we'd be in such a better spot. And like,
no, 100%.
Like,
100%. 100%. 100%.
And that just goes to show the political economic state of America. Niggas care more about Love Island than.
But that shows you the education system in America, bro.
That shit's so ass, bro.
I don't want to be like
people care more about other people's lives than their own life and what the president has to do. Like, all right, bro. I'm gonna get off my.
That's the problem. America's like got my back, so I was like slowly try to pull out what America saw and make sure I wasn't just being like. Da, 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 da. So yeah, once I seen that and I had the emotions I felt when it was Charlie or Huda leaving, I was like, okay, yeah, like there's something amiss here that I need to communicate more for sure.
That night, something I definitely have to give you shit for, and I didn't understand why you couldn't do that, but like,
yeah,
it seemed like a weak moment for you.
Yeah, 100%.
He on that Nick bullshit. I'm not liking him at all. He about to be on some Nick bullshit. Why you ain't go comfort her? I didn't want to
pull Huda and like check in with her, and you were just like, I just want to go to my
pillow. See that? I didn't have a problem.
Yeah, what do you got to say about that?
No, that was by far a weak moment. I was very, I guess, disappointed with how I responded to things, but I just know being there, I just shut down, and I don't really have an excuse, whether it's the sleep or the whatever I was going through. But I just shut down. I told her that, and I apologized like 2 hours about it. But yeah, no, I definitely just shut down. It was definitely one of my weaker moments. I wish I could have been there for her, but I wasn't, and I just have to own that. Like I shut down, and I wasn't.
No, listen, I get it. Again, I'm not trying to make excuses for you, but I think one thing that people don't see on that show is the emotional and mental fatigue that all of you are dealing with 24/7. You got no support system. Like, yeah, you get avocado toast, but I'm sure it's just, you just do not have the comforts of home. But anyways, you said you apologized for 2 hours. Is that what you said, or did I understand you correctly?
Yeah, we had a conversation the next day, I think, in the speakeasy for like 2 to 3 hours about like
what?
Or just like I apologize. She basically was like for the first 2 hours, actually for all of it, it was like 2 or 3 hours, honestly, like maybe even 4. But it was just like me apologizing for not showing up. How can we move forward? And then her just saying she's hurt the whole time. Like there was no, because I'm a conflict.
Boring. That's what I would have told it. Yo, like I'm not even on this, but like, bro, if someone's talked 2 to 3 hours, how many times can I say sorry, bro? Before I just like.
He's better than me.
He
bro.
better. He better than a lot
I
of niggas,
apologize
bro.
once, and you just keep telling me how I'm hurt.
Like, bro, I get it. This is why I'm apologizing. I apologize for a reason. I felt bad about what I did to you. How it made you feel. 2-3 hours more of it's not fair. How could you? Why did you?
I'm gonna apologize,
validate your
feelings, and then I
bro.
want to conflict resolute, or at least try working towards that. But really, the conversation in the speakeasy was just about
So my last relationship was like, hell no.
Just how she felt, and to
that point, I hear what you're saying.
One
of my frustrations with Huda, like I'm always trying to watch this like with this empathetic lens, and like I don't know, like again, I was on The Bachelor long ago, so like I have empathy for all you guys, and I know what it's like to watch something back and be like, you don't understand, like and shit like that. But watching Huda, it was just like, to your point, like it's tough in a relationship where the person you're in conflict with, like every response is about their feelings. Cause like we're all entitled to our feelings. I get it. But like, I don't feel the same as you. So like, how can we better understand? And it was always just about her feelings. Like, I guess what I'm asking is like everything we saw in terms of her doing that felt that's how you felt in the villa. Like that wasn't editing or anything, like them taking like 2 times Huda talking about her feelings. Like, was that a theme with Huda where she would constantly center her feelings when you guys were dealing with conflict?
Yeah, respectfully. Yeah,
I feel like women just do that in general,
but
though.
Respectfully, yeah.
Like, probably it's a good majority.
Because I mean, I've seen that in multiple relationships of mine where it's like they just kind of they'll express their feelings and they see it as them being like emotionally in tune and like mature and all this, but really all you're doing is projecting how you feel onto me and not really listening and taking heed to how I might have viewed the situation from my perspective. You're just telling me how you felt and how it hurt you, and you're not hearing nothing that I'm saying about why I acted or moved the way I moved. You're just upset and focused on why you were upset and communicating why you were upset, but not really also receiving how I felt in that same situation. So I can, you know what I'm saying?
Hall of Fame brick wall.
Fuck. Yeah, facts, bro. It's like you got Hall of Fame intimidator, bro. All you do is
a lot of
fucking
hear you.
That God. I'm catching flashbacks, bro.
I can say this because even the girls in Hannah, they all said this when we talked to her. It was like, yeah, respectfully, it's a lot of I. In any conversation, it's a lot of I. So
yeah. Listen, I get it. And I'm asking the questions. I know you want to be a gentleman here, but like, I think again, like,
yeah.
Did he just little bro him? He was like, I get it. I asked the questions here, buddy. Shut your ass up, nigga.
That's why we watch these.
He definitely did. All right, bro. I'm not trying to hear that. Like,
That's exactly what bro said. He was like, yeah, bro. All right. I'm not trying to gentleman bullshit, bro. Let's get on to the next question.
Like, bro, you out the villa. No one's holding a gun to your head. You're on the podcast, nigga. We want the juice.
Bro.
We want the good shit.
I don't care about all that.
You're clearly not coming in here to like talk shit, and things like that. Yeah. But so I do appreciate you being upfront and trying to walk delicately with these answers.
He's a little growing, bro.
That being said, like if Huda were here, right? Like, what do you think her response would be And I guess
you're a bitch. You're a bitch. You're a bitch. You're a bitch. You bitch ass. You're lying. What the fuck? You're lying.
It's like, what is your optimism that Hood is going to come out of this and, you know, kind of like be like, oh shit, like I kind of see what other people are seeing now, or I see what Jeremiah is seeing. Do you think she has that self-awareness and that ability to grow, or do you think it's going to be a challenge for her when she gets out?
I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt and say yes. I think maybe when she watches it back, she'll realize like almost everything she said was rooted in or I maybe did this, or I might have been toxic, or I might have done this. So yeah, I think she'll come out of here and see some things. I know that I'm seeing some things about myself too. So yeah, I think it's fair to say that I hope she can come out of here and see some things where it's like, oh shit, okay, maybe that was
initially when America matched you with Iris, it was like her narrative, at least what we saw, was her being like, yeah, you must be doing shit behind my back, Jeremiah, because America's trying to protect me. Now, granted, like in fairness to Huda, like Alandria, I think like kind of like
not trying to
planted that
you.
seed. Obviously, the girl.
We just didn't like you.
I don't know what she like. That's one thing that pissed me off in her confessional. She's talking about America must be seeing something that I just wasn't seeing. That's why bro. No, we just don't like you.
We was trying to spare Jeremiah.
You're annoying and selfish, bro. We're trying to help this man.
Self-centered.
He's just blinded. We're trying to help him.
Egotistic, narcissistic. All the big ass words in the book. Like,
anybody trying to help your ass, we trying to help him.
We do not care. We do not give a fuck about you. Never did, never
at
have.
All. At all.
Maybe now a little bit, because that ass, that motherfucker was moving. That twerk competition, you had me.
Yeah, after I seen her land on her back and she like lifted her ass off the ground.
That's some exotic dance, some stripper shit.
I've never seen nothing like that. But when she hit that move, I was like, oh, okay.
I thought she had one of them hard rock gym booties.
Yeah, that's what I thought until that one happened.
Jello.
Megan came in and we started seeing their other talents, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, show off for Megan then. Do what y'all gotta do.
Those were just like having her back and like, but
yeah,
she really took that bait, so to speak. And then is that how it felt in the villa? Like how much of that 4-hour or 2-hour fight conversation was her trying to figure out what you were doing wrong?
No, yeah, she said that. She was like, you're not doing the things you're supposed to be doing, and America saw that, and that's why they took you, and this, that, and the third. And like she was like, when I make after I say this, actually, I'm trying to be an asshole, but she was like, when I say cute comments, you make faces and people see that. But the cute comments are jokes about kids or marriage. So she'll say a joke about kids or marriage, and I'll be like, what? Like, da 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 da. And she'll take that as me not liking her as much as she likes.
This bitch is a psycho.
Finally.
She's a fucking psycho.
Finally, it came out. Like, bro, we knew she was crazy. I knew she was crazy after she was talking on all this combos with the guys. Hiding behind corners
and shit. I think, bro, for me is when Iris came in and she was kissing him and she turned her head around and said, keep moving, bitch. Keep moving.
Oh, when she was she was chained
up on
the handcuffed, and she was like,
breaking her back.
It. Like, bro, she was wilding up.
She's wilding for that.
It's me. So I'm like already lost at that point. But yeah, it was just things like that. Like,
okay, yeah. She's like she's talking about your wedding, and you're not responding the way you want.
Yeah, exactly.
So
she ain't like
before
her.
we move on from Huda, like I guess like what are your final thoughts on that relationships? Like any regrets? I know like you have no regrets, but like just being a little bit more reflective.
Yeah.
How would you want people to like just feel about that relationship, or just make, whatever thing clear, for people who have a lot of opinions about your guys' relationship?
Okay. I would say one, it was very real and very genuine off the bat. It got a little toxic due to me not nipping in the bud the crazy expectations that she had set for me early. Mm-hmm. And then the communication at the end was just not being perceived well. When I was trying to de-escalate and she would kind of crash out. But at the end of the day, I just know that moving forward, like what I learned from it is not being intimate too soon. And then when I feel something about this is moving way too fast, instead of just like dealing with it or trying to be Superman because I like the girl, to be like, whoa, like I'm not comfortable with this. But at the end of the day, it was very real. And like we still have a lot of, love for each other. But just our communication styles, I'll just say that, are a little different.
Okay. lately I've definitely been not just for our like 5 days ingredients and we're looking
damn long ass
ad.
Damn, 2?
He must be getting that bag.
He's getting the
money.
money.
3 promos in one video.
You guys actually, you had a final conversation, and she said that she truly thought that she was going to end up with you. Do you feel like if you had not got dumped, that she was going to still try to pursue you and end 100%. Up with you?
It's hard to say. Honestly, it wouldn't have mattered for me because the stuff she'd been saying about me, that's the thing that really like took me out of it. Was that night that we got recoupled, that she was calling me,
wasn't the shit she said, and Drina came on the show,
I just don't
and he was like, hold on.
Did a full 360. Huda, you was just a place. You was just
a placeholder, bro. You just love bumming her.
Now I actually got some shit that I really want.
Bro, literally, as soon as she came on the show, he was like, "Oh yeah, she's my type, like foreign shit, thick, pretty. Look, like literally, bro. As soon as she came on the show, he was like, "Oh, I need that."
My shirt.
He was about to do the same thing. He might not love bombed her because he might have actually legit.
He might have literally been like a legit. This shit would have been legitimate. Like he actually would have.
But nah, he had to get up out of there. I don't blame the guys for.
Nah, bro, he did. Bro, Jeremiah had. Bro, it was her second night. It was already tonguing. We was already tonguing outside the challenges, bro.
Exactly, bro.
Niggas just jealous, bro.
Get him up out of there.
Ace mad as fuck because he's fucking dick height. That's first and foremost. The nigga's dick height. Taylor's following along with his butt buddy, and Nick is a bitch. That's all it is. And then got the nerve to say, "Yeah, bro, none of this is personal, bro. None of this is personal. None of this is personal."
No, it was 100% personal.
All of this shit is personal. What are we talking about?
100% personal.
The same way you tongued your man's girl down. You snaked your man and tongued her down. Talk about, I think this is a connection we always need to explore. Bro, you know damn well that wasn't going to work. She's from the deep south. She been saying, I want a southern man, a.k.a. black, the whole time.
He is a southern man.
No, bro, Florida is the South, but Florida is not the South. Like, especially Palm Beach County, I wouldn't consider this like,
not the South.
We're not like Georgia, Alabama, you know what I'm saying, Mississippi. This shit ain't the South. This shit is a different place.
No, but you know it is the South in Florida, like all the Panhandle, that's the South.
Yeah,
like
Ocala,
all that.
Up that shit, I get it. Jacksonville, all that shit.
That's the South.
For sure.
They're very country. Down here, we ain't South at all. We're not country.
Not country at all, man. Our own place.
How I treat people, like I don't do that to people. So I was like, once I heard that, it was like no matter what she said, it was kind of over with. Even though I tried a couple more times just to see what was going on, but I don't think she would have, honestly. Actually, I'm capped because she did until I don't know how much y'all saw, but literally every day up until I left, she would try to talk to me or kiss me or do something like that. So honestly, maybe. But I don't know what would have brought in for her, but I don't know, honestly.
You're just trying to be politically correct, bro.
Okay. And
cameras on his PR train.
I want to move on from Huda, but
these two PR trains
that you match up with Iris, where Huda like got out of her bed and sat in the hallway, and the next morning you were like, "Hey, I'm sorry, I couldn't go to you." What did you mean by that when you apologized to her that you like couldn't go there? And I'm glad you didn't, because it felt like she was like running game and just like wanted you to go out there and chase her. But like, what did you mean that you couldn't go out there?
Like once we're in our beds, we're supposed to stay in our beds. I think I can say that. Like once we're in our beds for the night, you stay in your beds for the night, and you don't go to other people's beds or, essentially.
Understood. That makes sense. That being said, do you think she?
Maybe I love, but they be getting up all the time, so I don't.
That's what I'm saying. Like, is that a rule? I don't know if that's. I feel like that's cap.
They probably
because Ace didn't sleep in his bed for a good week.
That's what I'm saying. They probably do like things, but at the end of the day, it's a reality TV show, so they just let it slide because it keeps shit juicy. I don't know.
It's true.
Who is hoping that you would not abide by those rules?
Yeah, there was a lot of times we almost got in trouble for like some rule breaking stuff, but yeah, it's hard to say. I'm like, I want to be there for her, but then that was the same night I heard all those crazy things she said about me, so I was just like, that's where I kind of draw the line. Like I already been so patient in my opinion for some things, but when you're calling me out my name to your friends, like screaming I'm a bitch to your friends, I'm just like, I can't do that.
Okay.
Like, I can't.
One last final Huda question. America got to see Huda talk a lot of shit about like some of the women, like Amaya and then Iris when she came in. Were you guys aware of like how she was like talking shit about like the bombshells when they came in? Is it like a threat to you?
Yeah, no, day one of Amaya, she definitely told me how much she did not like her because she made a comment about me or something. Because it's like half scary, half cute. I'm like, oh, you really care about me, but oh shit, okay, that's kind of crazy
You're
that you're doing all that.
crazy.
But yeah, she definitely
Crazy.
let it be known day one and two that Amaya was there. She did not like Amaya. And then not too much about Iris, honestly. I can't remember if she said too much to me about Iris, but I just know like my first conversation with Iris, I kind of shut it down. Like I was like, oh, me and her are really good, da 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 da. But I don't remember her talking too much shit about Iris to me. But I
Okay.
could be wrong. I
All
don't
right.
remember it.
Oh, and then like the S&M date where she was like, "All right, lock it up," when you were making out with the bombshell. Like, did
Oh
you see
my
that as like
God.
her like fucking around, or like did that feel like she was being
No, she
hypocritical?
was dead
Yeah,
ass.
no,
Dead
that
ass.
She was
day,
dead
see, these
ass.
are the cracks where like I didn't fully recognize because I'm so worried about some other shit. But like just things like that where it's like not even a double standard, but just like scary shit like her. Like I just watched the episode yesterday, like her like doing that crazy shit. It's like
We were
that would
just
have
talking
been
Shit
about
is
cute
that.
if we were
literally, bro. Shit's
dating or
nuts.
like months into a relationship or like closed off, you know what I'm saying? But like her like going crazy with the two guys and then me like me and Iris is barely kissing and she's like, all right. She said like, all right, bitch, hurry it up or something like that. To me, I'm just watching it back and I'm just like, okay, yeah, this is
Yeah.
not healthy. This is not healthy at all.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. Let's talk about the boys for a second. America
Let's
has a
go.
lot of opinions. Before we get
Let's
into the
get to
boys,
it.
I want to play you something that I thought was like it's gone viral. This is essentially how America feels about the men who voted you off. I want you to watch this clip and then we'll go. I want to hear
I
your
don't know. I
thoughts.
wouldn't say America.
Okay.
I
Hit
would
it,
say
Leia.
part of America.
Snitches and rats are not the same thing. Let me break it down and make sure y'all see what I mean. A snitch is someone minding other folks' business to find information they can sell for a price or trade for some other
Yes.
form of compensation. A rat is a traitor,
Yes. Yes.
planner, or physical participator. He doesn't sell secrets for power or cash. He betrays the trust of his team
Oh my
or his
God.
family, hoping to save his own cowardly ass. The difference is, at least a snitch is human, but a rat is a fucking rat.
God damn,
Now I ain't gonna
bro.
lie, Nick might really be a
Bro,
rat for
Nick
real. Cause
is
I didn't
a
even
fucking
peep
rat.
how he really ratted out Jeremy, and then went and backdoored Taylor. Like I ain't gonna lie, he's kind of wild.
He's weird, bro. And this
Nick is
nigga,
kind of wild.
that's weird
bro.
as
I'm not
fuck,
gonna lie,
bro.
bro. Now I'm really starting to piece stuff together.
This
bro.
is what
Nick
I've been
is
trying to
kinda
tell you this
wild.
whole time, bro.
Nah, yeah, I had to see it. I had to see it in video.
He's so weird, bro.
Cause nah, bro. I don't even look at. I never really looked at Ace in a bad light. I never really cared.
Nah, Ace
But
just like having
Nick-
another nigga dick in his mouth. That's all it is. He just be dick eating. Nick, backdoor, grimy.
No, he's a
sneaky.
KTV specialist.
Literally,
he's
bro. He's
like
spet
that
smash,
door
bro.
is
Like he's
wide open.
this is SEAL Team 6.
Yeah,
He got that, bro. He got
that. Yeah, bro.
The real numbers?
Yeah, man, that's
Oh my
King
God.
Pure, appreciate the follow,
It's got
gang.
like millions of views. It only got 800,000 likes. But you and Nick were boys.
Nigga, was that the Metro Boomin intro?
What?
With the Metro Boomin on his thing with heroes and villains. Hold on, give me a second. Who's calling me knowing I'm streaming,
No.
bro?
That was just I don't know what that was. I don't know what you would consider that. That was just a regular sound to me. Just regular. Bing, bing, bing. Let's see what my video doing on TikTok right now. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Damn, I'm almost at 10K.
You said what?
I'm almost at 10K.
On the TikTok?
Yes, bro. And I got 8 followers.
They done banned me on reproduce content. This article explains how unoriginal content policy is for you. Am I banned? Off what's it
They done
called?
banned you? Banned you on what? TikTok?
TikTok live. Can't do TikTok live. Whatever, bro.
They probably banned my shit too. I don't really.
Damn, gang.
I don't care.
This shit almost at 7K right now.
Let me say, Lord Dolph was apologizing.
Alright, we done accept this apology. I'm calling y'all national. Damn.
Oh no.
Am I the only one that was happy for Taylor and Clark?
Yes. Dot.
Gang, you should go ahead and slide in a couple of these DMs, bro.
I might.
Shit. Anyway.
Divide, twin. Divide.
When he left, he called you like his best friend. You were the one. He was the one guy that like Huda greenlight you, like, you know, telling Huda was a mom.
Yeah.
You know, basically to break it down for you, America feels like, you know, Ace was like the ringleader of like that cliquey group of Nick and Taylor.
Yeah.
Let me say,
Nick certainly like had his moments, but like, you know, clearly, again, you're a great looking guy. You clearly.
Yo, that's like the fourth time he done called him fine shit this entire.
Yeah,
podcast,
nah, bro. He's I ain't gonna lie, he's dicky.
Hop off.
I think he wants to be Huda.
He wants to be Huda. Hop off, bro. That's why your wife ain't here. That's why you acting like that in this podcast.
Facts. He just gotta sit there and play with his wedding ring the whole
independent.
time.
Like you're not a follower. It seemed like you made friends with the guys, but like you weren't like trying to be a clique. And it really felt like we were watching a clique of men. And listen, like you got to like, you hooked up with Huda, whatever. Maybe you didn't like make the right moves, but whatever. And then like Andrina comes in, the bombshell, like obviously a gorgeous woman. Like a lot of guys were attracted to her. Like she liked you. And it honestly felt like when they got a chance to like get the best competition off the island, because it's like you got first dibs and they were like getting leftovers. They took that chance, friend or not, and they voted your ass out. Like, do you see it any differently than America?
No, not at all.
Fam, bro, they literally watched him. They were tonguing each other down happily. Not on no love bombing shit. He didn't love bomb her yet. They was just talking. Having convos. We don't even know if it was going to get to that point. The whole villa seen them kiss. And you vote him out the next day knowing he has a potential connection? This is Love Island, nigga. What are we doing?
My thing is, I don't think they voted him out. That, like, I don't think they were jealous of that connection and voted him. I think they voted him off for the same reason I would have voted him off too, for doing the same thing. I'm looking at him like, bro, you literally were just with Huda. You literally just locked in on her day one. Soon as you met her, y'all sped into like this relationship. The shit became toxic, and now look at y'all. Then he did the same exact thing. He met Andrina. What was he supposed to do? Sped into it. They kissing. They being all extra romantic and telling each other all this crazy stuff and doing all this. But
they weren't closed.
Get up out of here, bro.
There wasn't anything crazy going on. They didn't talk about anything crazy. They weren't closed off. Andrina was very much still having conversations with other people.
Get up out of here, bro.
You sound like
she was having conversations with other people. So how are they? If she was still exploring her options too, how are they jealous in that fact?
Well, I'm saying, fuck what he talking about. I'm talking about the fact. I'm talking about the fact that they voted him off, knowing that there's potential there, which makes no sense, but kept fucking Austin, who was single.
But Austin,
bro, yeah, go ahead, nigga. Austin. Go ahead and try to defend Austin right now, bro. Let me hear what you gotta say,
Austin, bro.
Let me hear what you gotta say, bro.
Never even been in that in the first place, bro. Austin should have been gone.
He should have been gone, bro. He should have. Nigga been gay. Nigga should have been gone, bro.
Nah, I low-key do think it, bro, is gay too. But that's neither here nor there. But still, bro, it's like, bro, like.
That shit's sick.
It was when that happened, I got voted off. I wanted to just like, you know, say my piece, but I was just like, I just wasn't the time to do that. And I'm not one to just talk shit.
At that point, you're off the
island. I was about to say, you're leaving the show. You might as well have.
Not heartbreaking.
I would have aired their ass out.
Y'all told me for 2 weeks to go and hoop. I start hooping. You know what I'm saying?
Not him bringing out ball lingo.
Everybody say y'all told me to start hooping. Now I'm hooping.
Now I'm hooping. Now it's an issue. Now you calling a foul on every play I do.
Like what? Now you calling the travel.
Best friends first. You know, I'm doing. Our values are finally lining up, and then they still kick me off. I was like, yeah, they're just not. Them's not my peoples. Is all I can say. Them's not my peoples for real.
So, like, I guess with Nick, right? Like.
Yeah.
How quickly did you realize he wasn't the best friend that you thought he was early on? Like, how obvious was it to you that this was a very cliquey group of men?
KTB specialist.
Oh, shit. Probably the first week, honestly. But the thing is, at the same time, we had so many good moments. Like, they were so funny. So there'd be times where I'm like, the clique would kind of disband for a little bit, and then some shit would go down, it would get right back to it. And I'm like, fuck, I thought we were over this. And me and Nick had so many good chats about like our friendship and stuff outside of this. But at the end of the day, it was kind of just like Nick and Taylor just really, respectfully followed whatever Ace said. And yeah, that's what.
You know what else I'm learning? They throwing around this like, you're my brother, like that brother, my best friend word too loosely.
Yeah, bro. They met these niggas a week ago, bro. It's not your brother for life. Love you, bro. Like, bro, y'all just met each other.
Just met each other, bro. Stop being weird.
I think about, sorry, not off topic, but like Taylor never actually said anything to me about a lot of nothing. But then watching it back, he's had a lot to say, about me, but not to me. So that would also caught me off guard because I didn't think he was like that.
But these niggas are not your friends.
I think I just wanted Nick to be. It was more one-sided than I thought. Like I was like, that's my guy, but then his actions were showing otherwise, and I kind of was just like, at the end of the day, I was like, okay, bro.
How did you feel about Nick the next day after you left the island? Like said something like, well, like there's a lot of opportunity now, available.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it was some reference to that. Like, how does that make you feel?
I mean, I knew what it was. Like he pulled me aside and tried to talk to me, and I was just being respectful because I knew if I snapped, I wouldn't have snapped. But like if I lost my cool, then I would have been boom, boom, boom. Like I mean, at the end of the day, like I'm not gonna lie, like the first 2 days I was gone, I was pretty pissed because I thought those were my guys. But then like the smart thing to do was vote me off because they seen I was hooping. Like, the bombshell came in.
But you were not hooping.
He was hooping, bro. He was
not hooping.
That nigga was hooping, bro.
They seen that.
He was not hooping, bro. That man was on hood and nuts for the entire show until she finally started showing his crazy side. Then he locked away Andrina, bro. He was not hooping. He had 2 hoes the whole show.
That's what he's talking. She's not talking about the whole show. He's talking about the end with Andrina. He was hooping with Andrina. He
still wasn't hooping, bro. He had 2 hoes the whole show.
You just hating, nigga.
Everybody else talked to more hoes than him.
You hating right
Except for Taylor. Taylor, the only person that talked to less people. Even Austin talked to 3-4 different hoes. If you're such a great looking guy and all these bagging all bitches on,
he ain't want to, bro.
I don't want to hear it.
He found his shit.
I don't want to hear it.
He thought he found his shit. He ain't want to.
I don't want to hear it.
Like Nick
sound like Ace
that voted you off, or do you think Ace was really?
I'm on Ace side. I take Ace side in
really
this
driving that conversation.
100%.
Crazy.
Oh man, it's so hard to say because Ace has always been like the ringleader driving the conversation. They kind of just like, yeah, he's right. So honestly, I don't know.
Facts.
It was probably all 3 of them. I knew there was a chance I was gonna leave, but I didn't think it would be me above Austin or Pepe.
I thought it was Bush League that Taylor delivered the news. I thought at least Ace would be man enough to stand
exactly.
up.
That they couldn't even look. And another thing that pissed me off was that when Jalen and Charlie left, like they all came in the room and explained to them why they voted. But for me, all I got was it wasn't personal and I love you. Like I didn't get a single like man-to-man word of why they voted it.
There's some fan theories out there that because early on that actually Ace had the hots for Huda, and in the spirit of like the opposite of love is not hate. Even though he seemed to be very opinionated about Huda, I guess there's some like Instagram likes. He's been liking her page. I don't know if it's people running his account or from in the past. I don't know. Yeah. But like, what do you have to say about the fans who think that like Ace kind of secretly has a thing for Huda?
I mean, he did kiss her during the blindfold challenge, so I can see that. And he just likes mess, which I get.
He's just a messy little nigga,
there
bro.
could be truth to it, honestly, because he did kiss her for the blindfold thing.
Yeah, that's why I like him. We make the show entertaining.
I honestly think ever since I curved Yalissa with the cheek kiss and he got stole, that he ain't like me because he got stolen from Shelly and he liked Shelly, so maybe that's where it started.
Yeah, I mean, clearly, like if you're not gonna follow Ace, he's not comfortable with you doing your own thing, and like it was just clear that you did not need his approval, the way that Taylor and Nick seemed to need it, and that clearly rubbed him the wrong way. Do you think he will see that and reflect and own up to that when he gets out of the villa, or do you think he'll make some kind of excuse?
Honestly, I think he'll just say that I wasn't playing the game right, or I wasn't doing Love Island right, and that's why he made the decisions he made. I think that's probably what he'll say.
Well, America knows it was his insecurity, so there's a lot of
little man syndrome.
A lot of memes of
Ace's
feet
I don't think he
touching
was
the ground
insecure.
floating around right now because they're mad that he sent you home. So if that makes you feel, I mean, you don't seem like a petty guy. We can be petty for you.
The thing is, bro, like it wasn't Ace only. They all voted him, like, bro. Like at the end of the day, at the end of the day, bro. You can't get mad at Ace for other niggas dick riding him, bro. It was a group vote. He voiced his opinion, and them boys hopped on his meat, and everybody's mad at Ace for them hopping on his meat.
You know,
why is nobody mad at Taylor and Nick and Austin for hopping on his meat?
Austin, irrelevant. I've always been Nick K. It's Nick K to the day I die. Taylor don't need my heat because the world is giving it to him right now. He don't need my heat. He got it already. And
I'm
Ace,
going viral off Taylor right now.
You know, he just fuck. Bitch ass little short ass nigga. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Taylor don't need no more hate. I'm honestly starting to feel bad for him. I don't even got no
I don't feel bad at all. He did some dumb shit. He deserved everything he.
That's crazy.
No
like,
doubt.
I'm really feeling bad for the next.
I don't feel
voting.
bad at him at all.
The next public voting.
Oh my gosh, he's
God,
grits.
he's out of here. He's out of here.
Either they're gonna vote that he like. No doubt.
Like, unfortunately,
because they never let the public vote people off the show. They just let us vote who gets coupled up together. So they're 100% gonna vote to get them uncoupled. Like that's
nah. There's been too. On UK they be voting for. They'll do the things called and I've seen in other seasons too. You vote for like they call it vote for the most popular couple.
Oh yeah, vote for you.
And the ones at the bottom three or like. Or even they did in UK one time, they voted for their least favorite couple. And
they did that on here. They did that on here.
And just send them home.
They said vote for your favorite males and your.
Nah, but this one they're talking about.
But you got kicked out.
Nah, they're talking about couples. Like they'll vote for your favorite couple, and then the bottom three. It's either that and the bottom three are left to the Islanders, or the last one who's just not fucking with it at all is gone out of there. It's just.
Well, if that's the case, then they're gone,
bro. Yeah,
they're gone. Like they pull up that one, they're like, "Yep, America's favorite couple, least favorite couple is going home." They're gone.
They're gone.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, America is really they're being like called like the Mean Girls, you know, Regina George, shit like that.
Crying. No, I get it. I definitely get the Mean Girls reference. That's definitely what it felt like at the end for sure.
Well, Ace, I really appreciate your time, man.
Call him Ace.
Like I didn't get to ask you. I know you got.
You just call him Ace?
100% call. I'm telling you, bro, Nick. People don't really hate meat munching because everybody's just following him.
It's a lot.
I think America's low key just jealous of Ace because they just following him in and hopping on his dick. I don't think America really has
final thought. Oh, I called you Ace. Fuck, man. I got Ace on my hat. Fuck. Jeremiah, I can't thank you enough for your time, man. Sorry, I got Ace's like little feet just like in my mind dangling. I've seen too many memes of that guy.
He's literally
final thoughts, man. What can you leave us with? What if I didn't get to ask you anything that you want to make sure you get the word out? Like now's the time.
Yeah, well, I would say first and foremost, thank you so much for having me. This is like my first doing anything like this, and so thank you for just like even nothing but welcoming and like it generally feel like a conversation with the bro. So I want to thank you for that. To the Love Island team, crew, cast, like everybody was just phenomenal to work with. Like it was truly one of the most just not life changing, but just like once in a lifetime opportunities ever. So I just want to thank them for everything. And I wish nobody in the villa still the best, even though you did me dirty. I wish you the best. And yeah, I'm excited to see what's next.
All right, man. Well, I wish you nothing but the best. You seem like a really stand-up guy who's like willing to look in the mirror and always make changes. I really appreciate your time. Do you think, one final question, do you think there's any couple right now that is currently existing that you has a chance of ending up together and winning Love Island?
Oh,
who he about to say?
Honestly, I think that it was going to be Pepe and Hannah, but I guess right now, I think...
What the fuck
Pepe
did he just say?
Hannah?
What the fuck did
the two biggest hoes on there?
What did he just say?
Like he picked the biggest eater and the biggest thought on the show.
Yeah.
Like, bro, what?
Jeremiah, that was a horrible take.
That just let me know that this man has just been up here BS for the past hour of this video.
He just been bullshitting. Bullshit.
That just discredited everything he just said for the past hour. We just watching it. That just discredited everything.
Taylor
say Pepe and Hannah.
At the end of the day,
and then he said Taylor and Alandria.
All right.
So he has no idea what he's talking about.
Hold on, what? This came out 3 days ago though.
I don't care.
He had it. We gotta get him a little slack, nigga.
Nope.
Gotta give him a little slack.
Because he's actually on the island. That means he's heard and seen.
Nah, bro, I'm telling you, they be shutting their ass out. He said he still don't have his phone right now.
Oh,
he said in the beginning, he still don't have his phone at this point. It be 0 dark 30 over there.
Great song.
Yeah.